Having problems connecting. Okay, I'm live. Thank
You are
you.
live.
Welcome to the Independent Spotlight, where we are interviewing Jiminater J today. Hello to
Yay!
all our one viewer, Alpha Tyler.
Shout out Alpha Tyler.
Yep,
So, how's your
good
day
dude.
been, Jay?
Been doing good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I didn't even ask you.
Yeah, yeah, I know, Alpha. I know.
Oh, Alpha's already talking shit.
He said about damn time.
We're 3 minutes late.
Hello, Misty Lambert. We were setting shit up. I'm
Yes,
an old
we
man. Sometimes shit doesn't happen properly. We go give it a second for peeps to
like that.
possibly pop in, and then we'll start. Y'all get
Let's
your
do it.
questions ready for Jiminator.
Get them all. Hey, Misty.
Just need more fiber.
Hello. How's everyone's day? Hope you guys are all doing fantastic.
Spoken like a true Canadian. Alpha already with the question.
At least 2 bottles. Just kidding.
All right, we'll go ahead and
I
start.
actually,
Huh?
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, no. Say what you're gonna say first.
No, I was just gonna say I don't usually like I actually don't consume much of maple syrup at all because I've been like on a pretty strict diet and working out and losing weight, so actually not that much.
Cool. Go ahead and introduce yourself and give us your story on how you got to where you are today.
Okay, let's see. My name is Jimmy. I live in Canada. Uh, I started making music in 2019, and like everyone else, started out being not that great, and I started looking for people to share my music with and help me get better, and that's how I found Alpha Tyler, and it, through a lot of like constructive criticism and help, that I eventually got better, started experimenting with my voice a little bit more, and started just making music and not refusing to be boxed into a certain genre or niche. So I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, you could say. So I do a bit of
Mhm.
everything. There's nothing I won't try, at least. So that
Right.
that's where I am today.
Okay. Alpha with the jokes. Okay, so knowing a bit about you, let me go
Yeah.
ahead and get into your story a little bit more. How old are you? How old were you when you started dabbling in music? And when you found Alpha's community, were you serious about music, or it was just a fun hobby?
Well, there's definitely an element to where it's still a fun hobby to me, although I take it more seriously than I did when I started. I
Hmm.
started in 2019, which is about 5 years ago now. So I'm 21 now. I'm turning 22 in like a week. So I was around like 17, 18 when I first started.
Hmm.
And what else? What was the rest of the questions?
Um, about when you found Alpha's community, were you actually taking it seriously, or were you just kind of doing it casually and uh, kind of trolling at the time?
Well, it was when I first started, so that's why I kind of set out the gate. Like, I definitely didn't take it as seriously when I started, and I posted my first beat, uh, because there there was a time where I was just learning to make like produce beats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, there was a time where I was just learning to produce, and I wasn't taking it super seriously. But eventually, through like after like 8 months, I decided to put something out, and around that time is when I met Alpha Tyler. So is when I found Alpha Tyler, and I sent him my beat, and that's pretty much how the rest is history. I
Right.
just stuck around, uh, accepted criticism. Lot of people are really bad at taking criticism, so I like to think I'm pretty good at it.
You've gotten better over the years. I know early on you used to take a lot of shit to heart, but it also goes to a little bit of um, what you told people about your life personally on when you found Alpha and what you were going through. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
I said I do know about when and how you joined Alpha Tyler's community, and
Yeah.
there's others that you have told your story to about that, including Alpha. Do you care to share that with everybody?
Like, about my story?
Yeah, about mental state and all that.
Oh, okay. Now I see. I okay.
If you don't want to talk
I'll
about
be
it,
a
you
little.
don't have to. I'm just.
No, no. I will just. And I've talked about it before. Uh,
Mhm,
Around 2019, 2019. I met Alpha Tyler in 2020. It was
mhm,
New Year's Eve of 2020. So I was in a really bad mental place, and I was very depressed, and I was like, and I didn't really know what the next step was, and that's why sort of started making music, because I needed to be passionate about something. I was like so lost at a point where I had no passions. I didn't love anything. I wasn't enjoying my life, and I didn't have any friends, not a lot of friends that were like would be there for me in those tough times.
mhm,
And I'm at Alpha Tyler, and as soon as I found him, I just hung around in the streams. There was Jason JV, a couple other folks,
mhm,
and I felt welcomed. I felt welcomed for like the first time in my life, and I started talking to Alpha Tyler on the DMs a little bit more, and I told him about some of the stuff that I was going through, and
mhm,
yeah, I felt welcomed by the community, and so that's why I stuck around. Uh, Through thick and thin, like I
mhm.
dealt with a lot of fucking bullshit. I still deal with a lot of fucking bullshit, but I don't know, there's like my second home now.
Yeah, and from when I met you to now, you were very different person. Where you did take a lot of stuff to heart, and you let things get to you, and now you kind of let it roll off your shoulders more, and such. What's a piece of advice you'd give to a younger you?
See, this is one of those things where I self-reflect a lot on my life,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of my biggest mental weaknesses, is like I spend so much time looking back. I don't necessarily have regrets in my life,
Uh-huh.
but there's so many things I wish I would have done differently. Not that
Mm-hmm.
necessarily I don't regret the things that I did, because I learned from them. You learn from your mistakes and you get better.
Right. Right. And that's
So
why I'm saying is something that you've learned now that if you could go back to a younger you when you needed to know that life would be better, you could tell yourself. An example you can give to yourself of, hey, I know you're struggling, but it gets better, and this is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or would you even give yourself younger self that kind of advice?
Right. Right. So I guess the thing that I would say to myself is really like learn yourself. Like that sounds so weird, but like like kind of more like accept who you are. Like and it's like even though it gets lonely, it gets tough, and through like even though like some of the friendships and the relationships that you've had in the past, like even though those broke apart, learn from that and just get better. Like just learn to be better and really take those moments of quiet and get to know yourself a little more.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what I had to do at a point where I'm just like, why is everything not working? Why is everything bad? Why am I this lonely? Like, learn from yourself, I guess is what I would
Right.
have to say.
I got you. Um, what about joining Alpha's community brought you out of your depression and or your shell?
Having someone to talk to. Um, I don't get in this too super often because it gets me a little down, but I'll just kind of go over
Hmm.
like when I was a kid, I had no friends. I
Hmm.
had nobody who wanted to hang out with me. I was always the one that was like, like sitting somewhere alone, doing something alone,
Hmm.
going down the slide at school alone,
Hmm.
just chucking rocks at the trees all alone. Like that was like that was me. I didn't have anybody.
Right.
And so and there's some other personal things that went into that as well, but I don't want to get into that. But
Hmm.
so from like a young age, I learned that mentality of like I'm here for me. Like if no one else is gonna love me, like I'm gonna stand up for myself. And so all the way like my whole life, uh, up to the point where I met Alpha Tyler and the community. And
Hmm.
when I first felt that welcoming feeling, it's a feeling that I can't describe. And I truly made great friends for the first time in my life, and that's why I'm here, pretty much.
Gotcha. One of those people that I know that was hard on you at first was Jason JV. Want to talk about how the relationship with him has blossomed?
Oh, it's become something special that I'm honestly really thankful for. Oh, we've been through so much shit. We really have. Um, the more I got to know Jason, he's an interesting character for sure because he's an asshole. And
Hmm.
he's gonna be he's gonna be a dick plenty of times, but it's the tough love kind of dick, you know?
Hmm. Oh
It's
yeah.
like he's he he he's very he is genuine. Sorry if I'm stuttering, but he is
No, it's
genuine,
okay.
and he's gonna get to know you through like tough love and stuff. At least me, anyways.
Right.
And so uh we've learned a lot from each other, and he's given me lots of good advice over the years. Had many like we have had many like really deep good conversations, and I can truly say that I appreciate Jason JV. Like he's done a lot for me, and he's quite a character. That's all I'll say, and he's just a really good guy. I think Jim J wants to tongue punch your fart box, Alpha. Fuck you, Menace.
Yeah, Lori's World in there saying that's because you give him tough love too.
Uh, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a great day.
Welcome to everybody. What drew
No,
you
of course, no.
into
I do
making
say
music?
no. I do say no, Menace. Don't just because I refuse to answer doesn't mean you get to assume the answer. Okay,
You know what they say about
dumbass.
assuming.
I'm just
You know what
fucking
they
with
say
you.
about assuming. It makes an ass out of both you and me. But getting back into the real questions, um, what drew you into making music and making beats and being a producer, so to speak?
Okay.
How did
So
that journey evolve?
when I first got into music, I was like, I don't know, I was a kid and I came across Owl City, and I'm not sure why or how, but it spoke to me. Like the lyrics that he wrote and vocalized were like always hit me on like a much deeper level than any other music ever did. And so I knew from
Mm-hmm.
like, because he's very creative with his instrumentals, very creative with his music and lyrics, and it all ties in, and
Mm-hmm.
it all ties together, so it weaves like this big web of like stories in his music. And his the instrumentals and the lyrics really had a profound effect on me, and I learned from that. That's when I first got into music, and so I knew if I ever wanted to make music, I it would have that sort of like storytelling to it. Which is why, like, when I first met Alpha Tyler, I always said that, you know, melodies tell stories in music, and so I want to make my own stories through music. I want to tell my own tale through music, and that's where it sort of started.
Cool. Yeah, Lori, have a good live. Appreciate you popping through.
Have a great live, Lori.
What's been the hardest part for you transitioning from making beats that are more cinematic or telling a story than making just a beat to rap over and or music in general that's not just the beat?
Can you repeat that one more time?
So how did you switch from making a beat that tells a story and is very cinematic sounding to doing like more of a rap beat and or getting into other styles of music as well? How did that transition
Um,
happen?
yeah. So when I first started making music, it was all about that story and like the melody and everything. So when it was time to eventually broaden my horizons to making music, I sort of realized that there's so much else. Because there's so many other kinds of stories that I can tell through my music, and it doesn't just have to be the more like chill and like overall similar sound of my beats and everything. So
Hmm.
yeah, I realized that there's a lot more that I can tell. There's a lot more that I can say when it comes to instrumentals than just sticking in the same vein of music that I was doing for the longest time. And so that's when I
Hmm.
broadened my horizons. Like listen to one of my big things was like listening to more music. Say, oh, this sounds so different, and why don't I attempt to do something similar like this? And that's where I kind of learned to keep going, like broaden my horizons.
See what Alpha says?
Oh, 100%. I got to give that I got to give that credit to Tyler too, because like, you know, the years of music that we would listen to together on like HRL, that has 100% helped a lot too. Hi, Tater.
Hey Tater, welcome to the independent spotlight for Jiminater. What's one thing about you that you wish people knew that they may not already know?
Oh man. What's one thing that I wish people knew about me that they don't already? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Um, I feel like a lot of y'all know me really well. Um, One thing, okay, here's one thing, and I know it's gonna sound corny as fuck, okay, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Music's
Mm-hmm.
got music's got a really weird hold on me, to the point where I like sitting out on the porch
Mm-hmm.
at like 1:30 a.m. at night,
Mm-hmm.
listening to like Owl City, for example. Like I'll be listening to Owl City, sitting outside in the pitch black on the porch, and just taking deep breaths, like inhale that, like you know that air from the forest,
Mm-hmm.
those maple trees, if you will. Uh, just sinking in the moment, really letting the moment just. You're ruining this, Jay. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no,
I know. That's why I took a drink.
I love to take I love to sink in the moment and really lose track of time. And that's what music does for me. Really, really just letting yourself go in the moment and let your mind travel somewhere. Doesn't Don't even plan a destination, just let your mind wander while you're sitting while you're sitting on your porch in the middle of the night. Like just moments like those are what I strive for. I guess that's the best answer I can give.
Cool. Jason has a question for you. Speaking of singing, where's my hook at?
My buddy
A
works
notator.
night.
It's just smoking cigarettes.
My buddy works night shifts, and he hasn't been able to send the stems because he works like a day from where he lives, and so he can't really come back. He's been there all week because he does like roofing, like siding and stuff like that. So he hasn't been home, so he hasn't gotten a chance. So as soon as he gets a chance when he's home, he will send me the stems. So don't worry about it, Jason. You're good.
So I know a lot more about you than most people. Let's dive into your faith and religion. Tell us tell us about what you were brought your the religion you were brought up in and how influential it is in your life.
It's very influential. What was it? I don't exactly remember the time, but I accepted Jesus Christ as my savior about 2 years ago. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
about a year and a half ago, I'd say, and that's when I let Jesus into my heart, and that's the day that I've been saved. And even though I'm not a perfect man, no one is, but I'd say that God is on my mind on a daily level, and everything. The reason I'm like all like everything is towards God, and I'm thankful for Him. And it I can honestly say that like God is a daily thought in my head, and I couldn't be more thankful for Jesus for saving my life. You know.
Now you know. Now, like I said, what religion were you born into? And give us insight into that.
Um, I I don't claim to be like Catholic, Baptist, or whatever other versions of Christianity there are, I just know that I am a Christian and I have Jesus in my heart. I don't care about what all the rules about other religions or different variants of Christianity. I don't care about all the rules and stuff. All I know is that I am a Christian and I have accepted Jesus as my savior.
I understand that, but what I'm getting at is you have said to us in the Discord many times which religion your family is, what you were born into, and a lot of people may not understand it. So I want you to help people understand it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're asking. Like,
You okay? Let me just not be cryptic. You have said before you're of the Mennonite faith, and there are
well,
people out
the
there that might
Mennonite.
not know what Mennonite is.
Okay,
So can you
first
talk
off,
about that?
you're wrong by saying Mennonite faith. The Mennonite is not a faith. Like it,
Okay.
I'm sure you. I have a Mennonite background,
Mm-hmm.
but we are so like loosely attached from that I hardly even consider myself Mennonites. Like we don't really. Now the Mennonites were a movement created by Menno Simons back in the 15th century, and so that no, it's not. See, a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
mistake Mennonites for being Amish. Amish are not Mennonites. Mennonites are a
And
completely different thing.
that's exactly why I wanted you to discuss it, so that people
Okay.
understand that it's not what they think it is.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly don't know why. Like because I've heard that expression used before about Mennonites are basically Amish. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They are two completely different things. Um, Now, the Mennonite was like a movement of people that was built over time. Started in uh, what was it? Some of the Mennonites and the German people, they immigrated from Poland in World War II, and they spread out to
Mm-hmm.
Canada, America, South America, especially countries like Paraguay. Paraguay like has a lot of Mennonites, and personally, my parents are both from Mexico, and then
Mm-hmm.
once they got married, moved to Canada, and they had me, and so that makes me Mexican Canadian, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A snow Mexican, just like JJB always says. And so, yeah,
And to be fair,
I
he got
have
that
like
from me.
maybe I don't know, but but yeah,
But yeah,
I have small
the
pieces
reason
of
I brought it up was because a lot of people feel Mennonites are an offshoot of the Amish, and that's the way a lot of media tries to portray it. But I
mm,
know it's not. I know
it's
where its history comes from and everything else, and I've never actually had anybody that was able to discuss that part of it on the faith, the religion, how they deal with everything, as opposed to say, other Christian religions.
see uh, what TNT Tyler's talking about. I'm not sure exactly because I mean by the Amish community they're labeled as New Order Amish. I I disagree with that being a Mennonite. If like you can look up the history of Mennonites in on like fucking Wikipedia and and
Mhm.
you can read through that. I think you'll find that you're wrong. But then again, I don't like I'm not gonna claim to know everything about the Mennonites. So like
Right.
you could be right, you could be wrong. I personally think you're wrong, but to each their own.
Well, the way the media portrays it here in America is that the difference between Amish and Mennonite is Mennonites can and do use technology where Amish don't. They're all old world. And I think part of that confusion is the fact that they're both very strict about believing in the old ways, but they are
See,
very different peoples.
and that's why I say, like, I am very much not a traditional Mennonite. Like, I'm just like you, Jay. I'm just like
Yeah.
you, Tyler. Uh, like, well, both Tylers. I'm just
BNC.
like Jaden.
Yeah.
Like, we don't cut ourselves. We don't cut or block ourselves off from certain things like Amish people do. That's why I'm saying I'm nothing like the Amish. I have no, like, relatable. Like, I'm not relatable with Amish people, like, in the slightest way. So that's why, like, I'm
Right.
just saying.
Right. And that's why, like Tyler said, that's why I wanted to help educate people because of your faith. Because I know you and I know that you're not Amish in any way, shape, or form.
No, absolutely not.
But,
So
but
that's why I'm saying
the faith
I
has
have
strict
I
codes
have
and
like
stuff they
I
follow.
have like I have like a faint Mennonite background is what I'll say.
Right.
But I'm nothing close to a traditional Mennonite.
Alpha with the jokes.
The day a Canadian can claim to be just like me will be my last day on earth. Okay. Sure, whatever makes you feel better.
Okay, what are some of the biggest misconceptions that Americans have about Canada
Um
that you want to, squash right away?
well, you know me, Jay, and I say fuck
Hmm.
Canada all the time.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't like living in Canada. Our leaders, just like you, suck balls, and so I'm not a fan. Except it's much worse here because what is like okay, so I'm from Ontario, right? And the
Hmm.
average price of a home these days is around like 800 grand, which is pretty much just Justin Trudeau's fault. Like, fuck him for all that. Like, I can't afford to
Uh-huh.
live anywhere else than home because everything is so outrageously expensive. I can't afford to live anywhere else. So
Right.
that's why I still live with my parents.
And that's also one of the reasons why for the thumbnail for this live, I took and overlaid the Canadian and American flags for Jiminater because I do
Yes.
know that he would really love to live in America, but he can't.
Yeah, not yet. Maybe in the
Yeah,
future.
maybe in the future.
No, yeah, absolutely right. No, there's not really a lot of misconceptions. I think like the hate on Canada is like just like like it's just something like you poke fun at all the time. Like I know
Hmm.
that Americans don't like Canadians, right? Because it's been
Right.
like passed down generation. Like, oh, Canada sucks, eh? Right? And so them fucking Canadians up there, like,
No, but to tell the truth, the Canada hate is not as much hate as ribbing. It's kind of like, brothers, because we do share a border, and you know, we 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 fight amongst ourselves. But if anybody were to fuck with either of us, we're gonna stand tall for the other.
yeah, they love us low key. No, like, and there's some. I guess you can say the same thing about America, but like, there's something that I love about Canadians is just like how everyone is like, almost everyone is just like super nice all the time, and like, it's. I know it's like the thing to say, oh, Canadians are, oh, you're so nice, right? Like, yeah, like they are.
Yeah,
There's a
polite
lot
to a
of
fault.
really cool people. A lot of polite, like cool people that'll just ask you, "Hey, what's up? How's your day?" Just out of nowhere. Like, I love it
Hmm.
because I started doing the same thing to other people. Like,
Hmm.
if you're walking down the street, you're getting a fucking cheeseburger from McDonald's, right? Like, someone on your way is bound to be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, bud? How's your day?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it's going great." Like, "Oh, how's your day?" Like, just the Canadian accent and everything. Just like I love it. I love it so much. That's why I went when I went down to Kentucky in August of last year. The first thing I did when I went to the city was like, "Hey, oh yeah, but how's your day? Hey, oh well, yeah, how's she going? Just like messing
Uh-huh.
around.
Hmm.
Seeing their reactions was just priceless. It was so good.
Right. What's some of the biggest contrasts you found from your visit to Kentucky compared to Canada?
So fucking hot down there. Like I was sweating buckets just sitting somewhere. It was bad. But yeah, no, I kind of expected that because I've been traveling through the States since I was a kid. And so
Hmm.
I know what to expect when I'm going to the States. So it's not like I'm a
Right.
complete stranger.
Right. Now I do know from meeting you at Alpha's last year, you did come down with kind of a preconceived notion that you had to be a dick to fit in.
You all claim not to say it, but I'd wager that you do. Um, I personally don't
That's what
say a
he's
boot.
refer. That's what he's
Yeah,
referencing.
I personally don't say a boot. I say about like a normal person. But I have
Now.
noticed a lot, especially at work when I'm working with like people, that they will
Hmm.
say sorry,
Hmm.
a lot. I don't say that though. I say sorry like a normal person.
Right.
I don't say sorry, but
I
a
noticed
lot of
with you,
people.
Jim. I've noticed with you, Jim, having many conversations with you, the only time the Canadian accent comes out in you really bad is when you're really, really flustered in either being upset or very passionate about what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
than that, you're usually pretty good.
I like to think so. I mean, want to go get some Tim's, but oh, we're going on a Tim's run. Hey, oh, fucking give me a double double. Grab me some dill picklers while you're at it. Like, fuck, grab a two for a pack of darts out to the woods. Like, whoo, hack them all. Fucking get some bar downskis with the brewskis. Whoo, whoo. Oh,
And
just fuck.
Ren is, I believe, from Canada. She was been defending Canada in the comments and says she hates or he hates Timmy's. You can keep them.
Don't don't hate on Timmy's. Like Timmy's is the best. Like grab a couple of Timbits and you're just like chilling.
And she says that's Eastern Canada. What you were saying when you were on your Canadian rant.
Maybe I don't even know. The dialect does kind of change like the more uh, like the broad you go because you got the new fan like the
Oh
Newfoundland.
yeah, I'm gonna say the Finlanders get
Oh
the
yeah,
accent to the
and
point where you can almost not understand what they're saying.
yeah, and Al what let's see what is it? Alberta is the Canadian Alabama.
Oh, that's funny.
It's true.
That's funny. I live in AB. We get A. The twisted, fucked up sister hate, or A.
Probably, probably.
Yeah, Southerners have a draw. TNT Dad. Most people call it an accent, but Southerners call it a draw. I know. I live in Mississippi, so.
Also, America is automatically better than Canada because they have 50% nicotine vapes over there. We just have 20. So America is automatically better for that.
Okay, going into another of the misconceptions about Canada, talk about gun rights. I know that you've
Um,
talked about that in private some.
yeah. Well, when it comes to the argument of like gun rights, I believe I believe everyone has a right to defend themselves, and that's pretty much where I stand on that.
Mhm.
Like we have rifles, yes,
Mhm.
like legal, of course, right? Like,
Right.
and so we're not afraid to defend ourselves. Like we have that. Uh, and but it looks like Canada's heading in a direction where they want to ban all guns, and like just the laws of like self defense are so fucked,
Mhm.
honestly. And so it I like I said, I think Canada sucks when it comes to pretty much everything. So
I saw some people in there talking about Canadian healthcare. What's your opinions on that?
Canadian healthcare is ass. Just like was Alpha Tyler said, Canadian healthcare is ass. It's not as good as some people make it out to be. It really isn't. It's like look it up, read into it, and you'll find out for yourself. Like it's not as good as people say it is.
Mhm.
Sure, like oh look, I broke an arm, right? And like sure
Mhm.
I can go to the ER for free. Sure. But there's a lot of other downsides to that than what they say.
Right. So while I'm thinking of another question for you, do you want to play one of your more recent beats for people to hear?
Yeah, let's do that.
And remember, folks, keep your questions because there will be a Q&A with the chat when we get closer to near the end and I run out of questions.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna share my screen for a second, and
Yep,
I'm gonna mute up.
gotcha. That may be coming, Alpha. That may be coming later on in the interview.
Okay. Is it sharing?
Let's see. Yes.
All right.
Make
Can you
sure to
hear
share
this?
audio. Yes. You unmuted yet?
Huh?
I was asking if you unmuted yet.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Okay. Eddie Burgess asks, how much do you charge for beats?
I average prices at like I don't know, like $20 for like a beat that you can like what's the actual term for it? Because there's the ones that you can buy for exclusively you, and then there's ones that you can just pay like a license for that lets you use it. But then
Hmm.
other people can also use the beat.
Yeah.
So like say if you were to hit me up, hey, can I get this beat? I'd ask you, do you want to just buy like a like a one-time license for this, or do you want to exclusively have this beat? And exclusive beats obviously sell for more than just a beat that you can like rent. uh yeah, that's not a rap beat though. If you want to hear some
Right.
rap beats,
That
I can show
that's
you
what I was
rap beats
saying.
too.
Is Jiminater is a man of many hats. He does more cinematic beats as well as rap beats, and also does actual music.
Well, I don't know if I should thank you. Exclusive lease. There you go. My brain didn't want to brain for a second.
And Eddie's asking how much for exclusive.
For exclusive, I'd probably charge like 30 to like $40.
Okay. So
But yeah, I'm always learning, getting
that's an
better.
example of your more cinematic beats, right?
Yeah, that's more like cinematic, more like EDM-ish almost. Like I wouldn't even call that EDM. That's just more like almost like
Yeah.
psychedelic funk.
Elvis says don't trust him though. He's stingy with stems.
I'm I'm getting much better with stems. When Nampy was mixing my music, I sent him every stem. So I'm getting better at that stuff.
Right. What's your favorite part of being involved in the independent music industry?
The sheer amount of music that one can find, uh, finding people that you never knew existed, and they're so good, right? Every exclusive comes with the track outs. What the fuck, Jim J? With the track outs?
Yeah, he may need to
I
elaborate on that one.
yeah, please elaborate on that. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Like if someone buys an exclusive beat for me, I will of course always send stems. Of course. I know you're waiting on stems, Jason JV. I'm telling you, I will send them once I get them. Track out stems, keep up, fellow. Yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
So when Menace is saying every exclusive comes with track, yes, of course. Every exclusive beat, you will get stems, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're just messing with you in there, but by the way, so
I'm not
don't
sure.
get too upset. But
Hey, I'm not upset. I'm just trying to make sense of what he's saying. That's all.
right, understood. So you have a really good sense of humor and
I
can
don't have
laugh
a
at
great sense.
yourself. Yes, you do. Don't sell
Uh,
yourself short. And
well,
you can
that's
laugh at
debatable.
yourself.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm good at that. But you were saying?
I was just saying, is like you have a good sense of humor. You can laugh at yourself. Uh, but I do know sometimes things get to you. How do you resolve that? How do you get over that?
I just try not to get super flustered when something doesn't make sense to me. I just try to think and just sort of like sometimes it helps when people explain stuff like like what just happened, right? So
Right.
people can just like, because there's like when it comes to music, there's so many different terms that you can use for one thing, for one like object or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know all of the terms.
Right.
So
And getting
we
an
can just help.
education on the terms and stuff, that is also helpful. Well, thank you, Alpha.
Hey, Jay's gonna get me
No, no,
laid.
no. No, no, no. I'm not trying to human traffic anybody. I'm wanting people to get to know Jiminater for who he is and not who he's portrayed a lot of the times in lives.
Hey,
He's a lot more intelligent than people give him credit for.
I'm a goofball, and I'm a self-admitted goofball. And whether people want to take me seriously or not, I don't have a say in that. So I'm just trying to be myself. Is what I
Right.
can say.
All right. Getting into some goofy questions.
Some goofy
Um,
questions. These are my favorite.
right.
Let me
What's
add them.
what's one Canadian food that you wish you could get all Americans to try?
Timbits. 100% Timbits. Timbits are the greatest.
I get you. There's some that disagree, but that's fine. What's
Fair.
what's one American food that you haven't tried you want to?
I think I've tried all American foods, almost all of them. There's obviously some that I miss, but I can't put a name to it. Like, what are some American foods that you don't think I've tried, Jay?
Um, New York style pizza.
New York style pizza is the greatest. I mean, I prefer my pizza a little bit thicker, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't like deep dish. Uh,
No,
like
no, the deep dish is typically like Chicago or
Chicago, yeah,
something like
and
that.
New York is a lot more thin. Like it
Right.
doesn't like a lot
You
of
end
New
up
York
folding the
people
slices to eat them.
a,
Yeah.
a lot of New York people don't like the flop. I know, but like thin
Right.
crust New York pizza is the greatest. Like it's again, I keep saying greatest. It's not the greatest, but it's really really good.
Gotcha. Um, I can't really think of any other American foods off the top of my head other than like barbecue,
See,
brisket, things like that.
a lot of people forget also that in terms of food, Canada's very similar to the US. So
Yeah, it's kind of a melting pot also.
Chicago
Um,
style pizza is good, but it's not like it. If I want to get a pizza, Chicago is not my preferred style. But Chicago is really good if it's made right.
Alpha being very opinionated, which he always is.
Fuck Chicago style. If I wanted the casserole, I'd make one. Hey, a lot of people call it lasagna. I mean, Americans don't have ketchup chips. That's right. I mean, I think ketchup chips are overrated, but they're okay.
I'm not really keen on trying the ketchup chips as much as hearing about coffee crisps interest
Coffee.
me.
You know what coffee crisps are?
No.
So coffee crisps is a kind of chocolate. So it's got coffee in there, a
Oh,
solid
so like
coffee.
like a coffee flavored chocolate.
Yeah. I don't even eat Canadian bacon. I know that's been like a joke for Menace for so long, but I don't even eat Canadian bacon. I eat real bacon. I
Well, I
know what
mean,
the difference is, yet
Jason brought
I
it
eat
up in
real
here.
bacon. I hate Canadian bacon.
I don't hate it. It is just a version of ham, but I don't hate it. It's pretty good on pizza.
Never had it on pizza.
No, you got to try it. That's like the best way to have Canadian bacon is on pizza, in my opinion.
I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. More goofy questions. Grilled cheese or peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Grilled cheese. Easily. I don't I know peanut butter and jelly isn't like necessarily like a really sweet thing, but I don't have like a sweet tooth. The
Right?
only like sweet thing that I like to have every now and then is like chocolate milk or like, but in terms of like food or any other drinks, like I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
I'll have the occasional like Sunday morning cookie, like maybe once a month,
mhm.
but I do not have a sweet tooth.
So what's your favorite dessert?
Um, Probably strawberry cheesecake,
Nice.
uh, especially if it's like hand picked strawberries
Mm-hmm.
and like really like yeah. My mom makes a bomb strawberry cheesecake, but I only have it like maybe once or twice a year
Mm-hmm.
because again I don't have a sweet tooth.
Right. So, opinion on pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
I know I know Tyler likes it, and fuck it, like no pineapple on pizza. Like I hate it.
Good for
Like
you standing your ground.
what do you want to do next? Put banana slices on pizza? Like no, I'm stopping you.
Uh-huh. So, what would you choose if you had gone to jail and it's your last day? They're going to execute you for your last meal. What would you take?
Hold up. What was my crime?
Anything. Just whatever you
No, but
think you went to jail for that you're going to be put to death, and they're offering you
let's
your last meal. What are you going to pick?
let's make a bigger picture of this, Jay. Like, why am I
Mhm.
on death row for what did I do? Tell me the story.
Um, you murdered somebody for whatever reason.
Okay. Okay, so I murdered somebody for some reason, and I'm on
Yeah.
death row, and the date's coming up, and so they asked me what's my final meal. Oh wow, okay. I've never been asked this question. This is a hard one. Okay. I will give me a big plate of chicken bacon Alfredo with the fettuccine noodles. Give
Mm-hmm.
me a cold can of Sprite and a fork to eat it with, and that's my last meal because that's my favorite meal, and so um, that's what I'll eat for my last moments.
Nice.
I've never been asked that before. That's sick.
Right?
Because murder doesn't exist in Canada. Oh wow. Yeah, sure it doesn't. Hmm.
If you could look into the future, how far into the future would you look, and would you look at what you're doing or what society is doing as a whole?
Oh, hey, I'm not too concerned about my future. I want to look like 500 years into the future and see everything, see if everything is like robots everywhere, like just AI has began to like take over the world. I want to see like cars flying. And like it's weird to think that like 100 years ago, people thought they would be flying cars in their next 100 years, right? Which would be the present. Now we got nothing close to flying cars, like crazy. But yeah, I'd like
Right.
to see 500 years into the future and see what it looks like. Because I'm not too worried about what I'm going to be doing in the next 50 years, but I'll probably still be making beats.
Right. But
No.
has your bucket list changed since at least one of the things that was on it you've been able to scratch off?
Yes. I got a record player. I
Hmm.
don't even know if that's like the right answer. Like, are you just asking if there was something that I wanted to get and that I now got?
No, I mean you had given a bucket list once before, and a collab with Namson was on that, and you now have that.
Yes, I have that, and my plan was to get a song with Nampy, and my plan
Hmm.
was to get a record player, and I have achieved both of those things, and so I am a happy boy.
So what have you added to your bucket list, or have you?
Uh, I, I, I know I've been saying this for like at least 2 years or so, but eventually I want to get my own like studio setup in my room, like the whole deal,
Hmm.
monitors, like fancy equipment, the best microphone there is, and yeah, like eventually I do want to get my own like record studio in my room,
Right.
which I am saving for.
Nice.
So
Do you want to go ahead and play that track you have with Namson, or did you have another one that shows off your rap ability?
well, the thing is that it's not really rap. But yeah, I can play it. I can play it. Just give me a few seconds
Well, I
here.
mean your individual music ability, I should say. Then, because
One
again,
moment.
I've said before, Jiminater is a man of many hats.
Yes.
He doesn't just make beats; he also sings, and he's in a band. And later on, we're going to play one of the band songs. And for anybody wondering, the reason I'm able to play music is because Jim's on a computer and can share his screen. For any artists that are looking for an interview, I do all this on my phone. So if you join from a computer, you can share your music during the interview. But if you join on your phone, there's no way to do that. At least that I know of. I'm still new to all this.
Yeah. Okay. It's just downloading now, and so once
Hmm.
it's up, I'll share it. I don't have the greatest internet connection. I don't know if I'm lagging or anything, but right now it should be fine.
No, Jason, I don't think he does.
What does Jimmy make hats too?
Jason,
Does
yeah. Do you know what a Jimmy
Jimmy?
hat is?
Yes. You know what?
Okay,
Yes. Here's one. There's one on my head. Uh, here's one.
man of many
Uh,
pooks.
you know what? Here's one. There's one. And there's like a couple more behind me. So I am a man of many
Hmm.
toques. Absolutely.
Right,
1 second.
right. Yes, I know Tukes, and I've hung out with Jim and Aaron long enough to know he has many of them.
I'm looking for a specific one.
Okay.
Hold up. I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. So again, like I was saying, y'all, since Jim and Aaron's going ahead and having to go find his toque that he wants to show off, Any artists that I interview, if you join on a computer for the interview, you can share screen and have your music played. But if you share from your phone, then we only get to talk.
Yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that Roxy made for me.
Nice. Shout out to Roxy.
I love this hat so much.
I feel you. Now, what's the difference between a hat and a toque?
What do you mean?
What's the biggest difference between them? Are all hats
Well,
toques, or is there a difference?
like, well, you have the baseball cap, the one with the with
Mm-hmm.
the thing.
Visor on it.
Yeah. Are you? Well, a toque is a beanie. Beanies are toques. Like, there's no difference. I don't even call them toques. I call them beanies. I don't know if that
Mm.
helps.
See, I'd always thought toques were the ones that had the flaps for over the ears.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never wear those. I only wear these ones.
Okay, that's cool. How long you
Yeah,
got
buddy.
on the download?
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah, it's done.
All right. You can share screen.
Yep. So this isn't the one with Nampy. I played that one on HRL, not HRL, but Alpha Tuesday yesterday. So I'm just gonna share a different one.
Okay. As long as you're not just making a beat and you're either rapping or singing or whatever on it, because I'll show that off that you do know a bit.
All right. Should be sharing.
Yep. There we go. You also got to share audio.
Can you hear it?
Nope.
Fuck. Share screen. Hold up. Hold up.
Mm-hmm. Couple technical difficulties.
Still can't hear this?
I'm adding it to the stage now. Try playing. Nope.
Man,
No
playing
sound coming.
unreleased shit so difficult. Jimmy missed out on a golden opportunity. He should have went by Jimmy instead of Jiminater. I mean, fair.
Well, he said Jimmy Hat instead of Jiminator.
Stop sharing screen. Why is this so difficult? You got to keep people guessing, you know? Like, what's Mark
Right.
Wahlberg going to do next, right?
Hey, Namson.
Hey, Nampy. Wait, so you could hear the song? You could hear the song?
I didn't. I think he's
Well,
talking in general.
someone with a big fat cock. Let's go.
Rude.
Share screen. Also share tab audio. Yes. So that's already clicked. Okay, so you couldn't hear it. Okay. 1 second.
Yeah, you may have to click that whenever you share screen also.
How about I just share my entire screen?
That's up to you.
Let's see. You might just want to mute up for it, Jay.
I got you.
But let me know if you can hear this.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to mute up. Smoky on the jam as I'm passing by. Got my hand out the window waving everyone goodbye. Cause I'm headed to the meadows where the rabbits roam. Enjoy the sunset, drink my coffee, then go home. Try to see the people for who they are. I feel the kindness in the heart being who they're meant to be. I feel the love that's glowing after it gets dark. Be a light to the ones they meet when walking down the street. We're all living together, so why not come together, get better at loving a stranger that's going through a battle. Cause times get tough and we all get rattled, but who am I kidding? If it's meant to be, it'll happen, no stressing. Laying in my hammock just relaxing, watching the leaves turn yellow and red. It's a cycle I love seeing till the day I'm dead, yeah. Lately I've been watching the clouds go by. I've been spending my evenings getting high, one day at a time. Though the sun doesn't shine, these colors will fall like the soul of mine. Lately I've been watching the clouds go by. I've been spending my evenings getting high, one day at a time. Though the sun doesn't shine, these colors will fall like the soul of mine. Road trips take my breath away. I'm a nomad at heart, I never like to stay. I wanna visit all the places before I'm gray, and I know I'm gonna see a lot of them one day. I wanna go to the mountains in Alaska, I wanna see the skyline in Japan. I wanna go see my friends in Kentucky, hoping next year I can be so lucky. But really I'm grateful, got everything I need, so I'm never being hateful. I've got new perspective on life, if you couldn't tell, I've been doing well. Penny for your thoughts, take it, throw it in the well, yeah. Lately I've been watching the clouds go by. I've been spending my evenings getting high, one day at a time. Though the sun doesn't shine, these colors will fall like the soul of mine. Lately I've been watching the clouds go by. I've been spending my evenings getting high, one day at a time. Though the sun doesn't shine, these colors will fall like the soul of mine. Okay, I'm done now. Yo, that was fun.
I like that.
I
Don't forget
like that
to
one.
Yeah, I like
like
that one too. And Jason said Jimmy was like, "Fuck Alpha Tyler, I'm shouting out Kentucky."
Well, I'm shouting out pretty much all of y'all. So like that's what my thought went when I was writing that line, is like I want to see my friends in Kentucky, because last year I saw my friends in Kentucky. I'm not just specifically shouting out Alpha Tyler, although he is like included, of course. But I'm shouting out everybody that I was hanging out with last year, and that was awesome. That was a really fulfilling experience, and I loved it.
Right. Nemson said you insisted on that thing being put in, and he didn't disagree.
I know. Like I remember the first time like recording that. It was so fun because I didn't even know I was done. But somehow that made it in, and it was just the perfect cut because I said, "Hey, yo, that's fun as," and I was about to say the F word, but he cut the recording just in time, right before, and it was perfect. So I'm like, that has to make it. That has to make it in the cut, and so it did.
So did you make the beat to that, or did you find
Oh
that
yeah,
you made the beat
like
and sang and did the singing, rapping,
yes.
or whatever?
Yep, I produce all of my own stuff. Record everything. I do the layers and the ad libs and the stabs, and like I try to do it all, and whatever makes it makes it. So she asked if it was Jiminater.
Nice.
I am.
And back to Namson's original question, who was the one that mixed and produced that?
Yes, I was about to say that next. Shout out to Nampy because he mixed Ocean Coast and Soul of Mine, and I could like I couldn't it couldn't be better. Like I honestly think that it couldn't be better because I've learned to love those two songs especially so much. And like it's honestly like I'm in disbelief that I'm making this kind of music now. And it's like I like if I asked 12-year-old me like, "Yo, you're going to be making songs like that one day," I would have slapped me. Like I would have straight up just knuckle sandwich myself, you know? And
Hmm.
like I still don't quite believe it, and it hasn't sunk in yet fully. So I don't know.
So
It's just things.
you have two songs that are mixed and produced by Namson. How many songs are you going to be putting together for an album?
Glad you asked that. So I do have. I haven't. Only a couple people know, but I do
Hmm.
have. I have a 5-song EP dropping in September. September 22nd, and it's called Autumn Overcast. And you guys should look out for it because it's actually a pretty dope project.
Nice.
Enough
Now, are you
said.
going to be mixing the rest of it yourself, or are you getting others to help you mix it?
I have 2 songs that are mixed by Nampy. I have two
Hmm.
songs that are mixed by my friend John,
Hmm.
and I have 1 song that I want Alpha Tyler to mix yet whenever he has time.
Cool.
And so that's the plan with that.
And shout
Just need
out
to
to
know
Thursday Night Records.
absolutely it's going to be on there.
Right.
ThursdayNightRecords.com. Simple as that.
Yep. And have you decided whether it's going to be all digital or if you're going to do physical copies?
We might be doing physical copies. There probably won't be many. So
Hmm.
I still have to talk to Tyler about that stuff. So
That's
we'll
fine.
see what happens. I
That's
have
fine.
all the artwork. I have all the artwork
Cool.
for the Autumn Overcast project, which I've shared with one person, and
Nice.
so they think it's pretty cool. So I think they said it was fitting. So I'll take their word
Cool.
for it. And
Cool. And it's all going to be stuff that you've made and either rapped or sang on. It's not going to be any instrumentals
what do you mean?
for
You mean
your
for my
project, for your EP.
um? Uh, are you asking if I did the art?
No, no, no. I'm asking that the EP is going to be all you. It's going to be beats you made along with you singing or rapping. There's not going to be any just pure instrumentals on it.
All vocals are me.
Hmm.
All instrumentals are me. The only thing that I am not involved with, well, I am to a certain extent, is the mixing and the mastering process, which I am like reaching out to other people for that, and like Namson, my friend John, and Alpha Tyler.
I understand. Roxy wants to have a physical copy, please.
I I hope we do physical copies. Like I said, I still have to have a chat with Tyler about that stuff. So
Yeah, you got to work out the details. I got you.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I don't know anything about burning CDs and stuff like that, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to have help with that. We are
Gotcha.
doing physical copies, yes, sir.
There we go. Heard it from the horse's mouth.
I don't have a choice in the matter. There you go.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
Jason.
sir.
www.thursdaynightrecords.com for all your independent music needs. There's uh, people who do mixing and mastering. There's other artists. There's beat makers and producers, and just fans that are all members.
You did. You did.
Yes, you did. And if anybody hasn't checked it out, please go check out Stone Sober. And Alpha, I believe, is having another album that'll be dropping sometime in the near future. He's just working on it.
Can't wait. I can't
And
wait
when
for
it
that.
gets closer to drop time, I will have an interview with Alpha. At least I hope.
Yeah, so JJV, my copy hasn't made it in the mail yet, but it should be arriving any day now because I just got the Nambi album and the poster and everything yesterday. So I'm thinking it shouldn't take too much longer. I already got my poster set up right there. It's under Alpha Tyler's, and so I want to fill up this whole
Nice.
wall with like music posters from the homies.
Nice. I got you.
Yeah, buddy.
So, anybody have questions? We can start opening up for questions. Since we've been at this for almost an hour and a half.
Talking about solo drops. Are you? Do you mean just singles?
No, he's talking about for the Thursday Night Records.
Mm.
Well, since we're waiting for more chat comments, I've seen that you're a man of many hats. You're also involved in a rock band. Am I not correct?
Yes. Yes.
And that band is called Beyond the Veil.
Beyond the Veil. Yes,
Talk a
that
little
is
bit
us.
about how that happened and what's going on with that.
So, we did an interview with Alpha Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
which covers some of this stuff. So I will just repeat to my best of knowledge from what we answered there. Uh, I met Nate, and we hung out for a couple of years, became good friends, and he said, "Hey, I know a guy, and he does sick guitar work, and we could probably start a band or start messing around with vocals and stuff like that." And I said, "Let's do it." So we met up with Josh,
Mm-hmm.
and we started making music. You know, we dropped the first one, Something and Nothing, which did really well, which we did not expect it to do that well. And so we said, hey, while we're riding this momentum, how about we do something different and show them that we can do all sorts of stuff. So we made and recorded Surrender to Chaos, which took us 6 months to finish because I was still very new to like the screaming and the growling and the metal vocals. And
Mm-hmm.
so over time, over a period of 6 months, we practiced and recorded that song. Then it dropped,
Mm-hmm.
and then we did another song before Josh had to move out of his house, which was We Three Kings. So those three songs are out on all streaming platforms. And that's when Josh got some really bad news. They weren't able to move into their house at the time. And so he's still stuck in that situation where they can't move into the house yet. And that's why Beyond the Veil is still on pause. We can't do anything right now other than write and do like demos and stuff. So we are practicing for when the time comes back to kick it into full gear, and which will hopefully be at some point this year. That's all I can say
Cool.
about it. So
Cool.
we're still waiting.
I hope that everything gets worked out.
Yep.
Although also that there's many other people that you can get to help all out with getting it mixed and mastered and all that. But I know working
Yep.
with a band, you got to go through all the people involved also. So
Yep.
there's that. Do
And
you
then
do you run the
after
band? Okay, go ahead.
and after we got that bad news, we decided, hey, we can add another band member now, and then we got John, also known as A Vessel. He's got his own music project as well. He joined the band, and so now we're 4 members strong, and just waiting till we can get some more stuff done. But everybody's
Right.
busy. Everyone's schedule is always crashing with the others, and we're just trying to survive at this point.
I
I'll
feel you.
survive. I'll
Now,
survive.
now with being in a band, um,
Yes.
how do y'all work things out? Is it like a majority vote thing? Do the founders have more say so than the other band members? How does that work?
Well, we all work together. Me and Nate are both vocalists, and so we write the songs. John helps write with us as well. Josh does the production and like the guitar work, and so we don't necessarily have a system where the original members get a bigger vote than the new people. No, we all have an
So
equal
you
playing field.
right.
Yeah,
So it's like majority vote kind of thing for what y'all do.
pretty much. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm just saying that our next projects that you'll be seeing for Beyond the Veil, it won't be for a while, but I can tell you this is that they're going to be crazy. They're going
Right.
to be. I'm telling you guys right now. Like, look at me.
Right.
We got some
And
dope stuff coming. All right.
and from what I've heard of Beyond the Veil, my favorite still is that Something from Nothing.
Yeah. If you want me to play any Beyond the Veil songs, I will play Something and Nothing.
That's cool. Other people in the chat, you got any questions? Feel free to throw them in the chat. If we don't get many questions, then maybe I'll go ahead and get Jim to play his Beyond the Veil music.
If
But we'll
y'all
give
want
it
to
a
know,
minute for people to throw questions.
if y'all want to know anything about me, I'm an open book. So ask me something. Ask me anything at all. You could ask me if I have ice skates to go skating in winter. I can proudly say I don't own a pair, but I can skate pretty good. And so, yeah, that's pretty cool. What
Do
is the
you play
recommend?
hockey?
I don't play hockey. I'm shit at hockey because
Mm-hmm.
I can skate okay, but I'm not good at skating. I'm okay at it. Like I can just skate around, do whatever. But when it comes to actually play with like intensity and passion, no, I'm not a hockey fan necessarily.
Okay, we got 2 questions. Nampson asks, "What is the recommended cereal of Beyond the Veil?" I knew what you meant,
That is,
Nampson.
that is a question. I'm gonna call Nate to see if he answers and give his opinion on that.
And then while you're calling, Alpha Tyler asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is your mother?
Okay, hey Nate, can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
Okay, so I'm doing an interview and we are live right now. And one of the questions was, what is the recommended cereal of Beyond the Veil? So
Bro,
let's give me an answer.
are you interviewing everyone?
No, this is just an interview for
You
me,
cutting it
but
out for me? Is he cutting it out for everybody else?
uh So no, this is just a Jiminater interview, but we're talking about Beyond the Veil stuff. And so the question was, what is the recommended cereal for Beyond the Veil?
Do I have to speak for everyone?
No, just your opinion. What's your favorite cereal?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a couple different ones, but the only one that I can remember off the top of my head is chocolate Cheerios. Me likey.
You like chocolate Cheerios, huh?
Hell yeah, bro.
Hey, okay, hey. I know I just called you out of the blue, but thanks for answering, my guy. I will let. I think they heard it.
Hello, my guy.
Yeah, buddy. All right,
Yes.
I'm probably gonna call Josh next.
Okay.
Okay, see ya.
Some like protein cereal or something.
Yeah, buddy. All right, hey, you keep a tight butthole, all right?
You already know, just for you, man.
Oh. Okay, you guys hear that? Hey, Jake, you hear me? What's going on? Oh, okay. He has got a train coming. So in the meantime, I will call my other friend Josh, see what his recommended cereal is. See. Now this dude's busy, so we'll see.
Now, Roxy asked, "Where'd you get that sexy hat?"
Oh. From my favorite person in the world. Her name is Roxy, and she's the goat. She's the greatest.
Yeah, Roxy is an MVP of the Alpha team.
Did you guys hear Nate all right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you were kind of cutting in and out for me, but I heard whenever he answered, it came in clear
Oh,
for me. It was just when you
God.
were asking him that it cut out.
All right. Josh didn't pick up, so I'm gonna be calling John next. All right, I'm gonna try Josh one more time since he texted me.
Technically, I didn't skip your question, Alpha. I asked while he was calling Nate, but I'll ask again.
Give me 1 second. No worries, my G. All right. Let's call John to see if he answers.
You want to answer Alpha's question in the meantime?
What is Alpha's question?
He says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot do you think your mom is?
I'm not gonna answer that. Like, hey.
You're not going to answer what?
Oh shit! Look, guys. It's John. Yo, John. So just to let you know, I'm doing an interview right now for like the Jiminator stuff, and the topic of Beyond the Veil came up, and the question was, what is the recommended cereal for Beyond the Veil? So give me your opinion on that.
The recommended cereal?
Yes.
I'm going to say Fruit Loops.
Oh, some Fruit Loops go hard, man. No doubt. No doubt. All right. Hey, thank you so much for answering, and your opinion is valid.
My opinion is valid? Oh, heck yeah, but it is cool.
And Alpha Tyler's in the chat. He says he really likes John, and to tell him that he said hello.
Hey, tell him I says hey.
Yeah, buddy. He can hear you.
Awesome. Hey, Tyler.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Hey, thanks for picking up. I'll see you later. Hey, also, hey, Jason JV keeps bothering me about the Feeling Low stems. You want to email those over as soon as you can?
Right. Yeah, they're still on the computer. I'll do that tonight.
He'll do that tonight. You hear that, Jason? All right. Hey, thanks, man.
No problem.
Now, you just got to remember when it gets to you to send it to him. Alpha's
Tyler,
just not gonna let that go.
Tyler's just being a dick. Okay, so we were 2 people out of 3 answered. So the recommended cereal for Beyond the Veil. Nate said chocolate Cheerios. Good take. John said Fruit Loops. Good
Mm-hmm.
take. My take is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So do with that with what you will.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that's a 2 for A. Woo. Ugh.
If you could collab with anybody that you haven't collabed with, who would it be and why?
Smokey. No doubt. Like he is a big inspiration for my current music that I'm making, and I love Smokey.
Nice.
If I ate cereal, it would always be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. W take right there. W take. Get
And
you
I
into
assume it's not just
context.
because it's Alpha Tyler saying it, it's because you also said Cinnamon Toast Crunch yourself.
Exactly. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the shit. Good call. Yeah, I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's like the greatest cereal in my opinion.
Okay, here's one for you. If you could collab with any mainstream artist, who would you want to collab with?
Oh man. Mainstream artists. That is a tough one because who
It's your opinion on who you feel is a mainstream artist you'd want to collab with, if you
if I
could.
if I if I for some reason could make a hook for a song that Eminem was on, I wouldn't say no.
Okay.
I mean,
Now, what
I mean,
about singing wise?
what do you mean?
If you could collab singing
Yeah,
with
that was
a mainstream artist, who would you want to sing with?
well. Okay, I feel like well. So I just answered like if I could sing a hook for Eminem, that's what I would do.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
I
meant to
get you
say.
now. Because you had said if you could make a beat for him, so
I
that's why I
I
was going and
I
elaborating.
I sure as fuck will not rap with Eminem. No way. I will sing a hook for that dude, but that's it.
Hmm. Hey, but if you had the opportunity, don't pass it up because that means he sees talent in you.
Right? Now, if I if yeah, no, never mind.
No, go ahead. Say what's on your mind.
No. Oh, well, I was just gonna say if our band ever would collab with someone
Mm-hmm.
mainstream, well,
Mm-hmm.
you already know my answer to that.
But the rest of everybody doesn't. So go ahead.
If Beyond the Veil could do something, or maybe like open a show for Bad Omens one day, that would be the shit.
Nice. Never think that your dreams or goals are unimportant, especially during an interview, because people want to hear about that kind of stuff. And you never know who might be watching that might reach out.
True that. Yeah. No. I just try to be realistic about my expectations. Is all.
I can understand that, but still, it's not a bad thing to dream either.
You're right.
If you were going to perform live, where would you want to start performing, and where would you like to go performing live?
Hmm. Well, this is sort of like an inside joke for us. with Beyond the Veil and my friends. It would be really cool to tour Canada. As much as I say Canada sucks, I would love to tour Canada. Also tour the States. I don't want to go too far away because I don't like being too far away from home, like for too long. And so the state, like North America, I'd like to tour North America pretty much.
Any particular state?
Like which state has the most hillbillies? We're gonna be like high energy and be like, yeah, you know.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know, Tennessee.
Cool.
Or Kentucky. Fuck.
What states haven't you visited that you want to?
I've never visited Florida. I've never visited Washington. I've never visited California. But the ones more like in the middle, like Kentucky, Texas, Michigan, Indiana. No, Indiana's a state, right?
Yes, Indiana is a state.
Okay, good. I know you went through that one, but like the more middle ones, I think I've been to them all.
I feel you. Why are we pausing, Alpha?
I didn't say anything sus, did I? I don't know. Which state has more hillbillies? Which state has more hillbillies? Tennessee or Kentucky? You tell me.
They both have pretty much the same amount.
Fuck, then we'll tour both of them. Let's go.
Now, I have a question on a personal level that I want answered.
Shoot.
You won a contest from Alpha Tyler. Have you done anything with what you won yet? And what are your plans?
I have. I've messed around with it a little bit. I need to mess with it a more than what I have, because I think it's a really, really cool gift that he got me. If anybody doesn't know, I got gifted like a.
You won. You didn't get gifted. You won in a contest.
Yeah, I won like a DJ like set with like the whole kit and caboodle. I got it all, and so I need to mess with it a little bit more because I honestly super like enjoy it. But you know, I just can't make like, yeah, no, I love that thing and I want to use it more, and I should. I just get so distracted sometimes.
Have you thought about trying scratching on it or anything like that?
Yeah. Like a little bit. Yeah. But like I said, I haven't done a whole lot with it yet, but my intention is to get more into it.
Nice.
100%.
Be very interested to hear you do some scratching and stuff like that on it that you put into one of your beats or something.
Jim just got crossed off on my Christmas list. Hey, there's no reason to do that. I'm just saying, who has the more like high energy hillbillies? Because those are the shows we want to go to. He hasn't got past the artwork on it yet. Yeah.
The running joke.
I don't think she knows.
But what are some of your favorites? Like favorite movies, favorite television show, favorite music?
Well, my favorite TV show of all time is Vikings. I really like Vikings. I think everybody did such a great job on that. The set, like the characters, the many different arcs they go on is like super enjoyable to me. I really like Vikings, but like other TV shows like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, The Boys, Warrior. There's a lot of TV shows that I love. In terms of movies, though, one of my favorite movies of all time is called 1917. That's a World War One movie that's like shot on one camera, like one continuous take, pretty much throughout the whole thing, which makes you very, very like you feel like you're with them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's very like almost like claustrophobic, if that makes sense. I
Mm-hmm.
think that one's super, super well done. Other movies like I really like Shawshank Redemption. I never watched that movie until like 2 years ago, and I absolutely understand why everyone loves that. I know that was Nampy's number one. It's not my number one, but it's a fantastic movie. Um,
Favorite music?
there's a movie. Oh, my favorite music. I like rap. I like I like rock. And I know that Jay, you always say I either listen to like screamo, sad boy, or like whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of right because I listen to rock, I listen to sad boy, and I like rap and pretty much everything. Like I don't try to close myself off. I don't like being boxed in ever. So I listen to a variety of different music, and so some of my favorite inspirations throughout the years have been Bad Omens, Owl City, Eminem, uh, Swisha T, like some of those independent artists that really like opened my eyes to how big music actually is, you know, because it's a
Right.
huge scale. And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love
And
that.
there's also a lot of history in the music genres also.
100%. I love seeing where rock began and where it's come.
Right.
Rock and metal.
Yeah, I also know that you didn't know a whole lot about the history of rap music either, and I've helped you a little bit with that too.
Well, I've always kind of known about the history of rap, just like some of the details and more like the more specific things I don't pick up on a whole lot.
Mm. Who are some of your favorite old school rap artists, like from back when it started?
Right from when it started. Well, Wu Tang. Well, I know that's not where it started, but some of the earlier
Right.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of Wu Tang. I listen to Wu Tang like almost every day. Like I'm a huge fan of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, some other ones like, of course, you got Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z is pretty cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Ice Cube. I like some of Ice Cube stuff. I didn't really get into rap until I heard one of the first rap songs that I liked when I first got into rap was No Love with Eminem and Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, sorry, excuse me. Oh, too much water.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 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 yeah, like No
So,
Love off of the Recovery album. Which that's when I first found Eminem and first started liking rap. So that's why Recovery is my number one album. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with that, but fuck you, nostalgia wins.
now, what was the song that made you think I can do that when it comes to
Oh,
rap?
uh, when there's not a lot of rap songs that I hear and say, "Oh, I can do that." Like that makes me want to do that. It's not necessarily like that, and I know you say it all the time. Like, don't like what's the thing you say? Like, don't second guess yourself or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. There's not a lot of rap that I hear and I think, "Oh, I can do that." You know?
So there was not a defining moment where you listened to a song and went, I want to try that. I think I can do that also.
Well, there was, but it wasn't rap.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
Um, so vocally, because like I always just wanted to make beats. Like I heard
Mm-hmm.
instrumentals, and instead of hearing rap and being, oh, I think I can do that. No, I heard beats, and thought,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I want to make something like that. It was different for me. It was always different. But the first person that I was super inspired to say, like, oh, I want to try doing that was Bad Omens and Smokey. Bad Omens and
Mm-hmm.
Smokey, vocal wise, are when I first got inspired to do vocals.
Okay. I just muted because I had a plane fly over.
Gotcha.
What genre of music have you had an interest in, but have not dabbled in making any of?
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Hold on. What genre of music have you listened to that you haven't but want to dabble in at some point?
A
Hey,
kind of
Kat.
music that I've wanted to, a kind of music that I wanted to dabble in that I haven't yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of some of the stuff that I've been kind of getting into, or some of the like jazz stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
sort of like that lounge sound where like
Mm-hmm.
people are just like almost like at a bar lounge type thing, and they're like all
Mm-hmm.
depressed and they're sipping their whiskey, and while someone's on stage just singing their heart out with like the blues, almost something like that. So I've been kind of fucking around with like jazz samples and stuff like that.
Hey, Kat said, please say yodeling.
No, I can't yodel.
But that's cool. So, in the jazz genre, who are you listening to?
um no one specific, actually. No one specific. I just like looking up like jazz artists or something, and then I'll
Mm-hmm.
find a few and I'll look up their stuff and I'll just jam to it, like listen to it. What kind of instruments are they using? What kind of like key signatures do they usually follow? Stuff like that. And so,
Okay. Um, a really good jazz artist to start following would be Harry Connick Jr.
I'll add that to my list. Harry what?
Harry Connick Jr. Stay safe, Kat.
Have a good one, Kat. Thanks for showing up.
We appreciate you.
100%.
And I'm not sure how to spell his name.
Uh, I sounded it out. You're good.
Okay. Him and Louis Armstrong. That's another good jazz musician, but he was more of like a trumpet player.
Oh, I love. Is that the guy like? And I think to myself,
I believe so.
what a wonderful world. I love that guy.
Right.
I love that song too.
So we've talked about some of the Beyond the Veil. You want to play your song? Well, your
Sure,
band song?
sure. I'll actually put it on, and then I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Okay.
I need to go pee pee.
Understood.
All right.
I know you've
Let's
heard it
see.
long enough, but I'll save comments from it for you. For those that may have just joined and don't know, Jiminater also, besides making beats and doing music himself, is in a band called Beyond the Veil. Y'all should check them out. And we're about to play one of their songs.
Let's do it.
Whenever you can
Yes.
set it up, I should say.
There you go.
Alrighty. Make sure we can hear it, and then you can go for your break.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep. I'll go ahead and mute up.
strain my eyes, try to find something in nothing. Feeling empty inside, so I'm looking for meaning. On my own, I walk this road. In the shadows, I call home. I exist in my own world, of which I rest upon the ground. I miss the way it hurts, all the lessons never learned, memories of distant birds, flying free with no concern. I will die a lonely death, save it for my final breath. Take my hand into the mist, bring my body to the death.
I got no breathing room, no privacy. I don't know what it is you try to hide from me. Watch me down, 10 feet underground. I hear the sound of the shadows creeping. No longer breathing. Time stops, memories pop up, and I just want to scream. Just want to scream.
Can someone help me? I don't want the medication that you sell me. I'm just an empty shell of what I used to be. It's nothing new to me. A stranger standing in the mirror, not this pursuing me. I miss the way it hurts, all the lessons never learned, memories of distant birds, flying free with no concern. I will die a lonely death, save it for my final breath. Take my hand into the mist, bring my body to the death.
Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try. Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try. Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try.
Even the stars go out. Don't let me fall apart again. Don't let go of me, 'cause I'm not the same as I used to be.
Even the stars go out. Don't let me fall apart again. Don't let go of me, 'cause I'm not the same as I used to be. Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try. Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try. Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try. Can you open your eyes? I've set my mind. I hope you change your mind. All I can do is try.
I absolutely love that song.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I have a question on the video and all that. The part where you throw the pill bottle, what was that?
Yeah.
Was it yours? and what was it?
So it wasn't mine,
Mhm.
but it was in the house we were filming that scene in. It
Mhm.
was it was Tylenol pills for like
Ah,
headaches,
okay. Yeah.
but obviously it's meant to resemble something else, and so
Right. I understand.
we went just kind of
I've been
basic
I've
with
been
it.
curious about that ever since that came out, and I never actually asked the question, so I figured I would.
It was a great time to do it.
Yep. We've we've been live for 2 hours and 1 minute and 27 seconds. So if anybody else has any questions, go ahead and ask them now, or forever hold your peace.
Yes, sir.
Also, I'd like for people to, if they could, drop comments on the video as well. It helps with the algorithm. Like, share, and subscribe. All the good stuff. And again, as I've said before, with artists that I interview, if you join on a computer, we can play your music. But if not, then it just has to be talking about everything.
I want
So,
you to interview Roxy.
mhm.
Even though she doesn't make music, you should still interview her. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Roxy's the MVP.
Let's
Well,
go.
give it a few minutes for people to pose questions if they have any, and if not, we'll be ending it soon.
Have you ever have you are there any questions that you would want to ask me that you've never asked before?
Mm, no, I don't think so. I mean, I've pretty much asked most of the questions that I've wanted to ask of you.
All right. Sick.
Thank you, Roxy. And she says no, she does not want to be interviewed.
No, for real. Jay's actually pretty good at doing this stuff.
I try. I'm a small channel, and I try to put on for independent artists that I know and like, and
Right.
maybe have never heard before, like the one I did for Dustin Green, and I got one coming up for Tony Tuba.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Tony Tuba one.
Nice. Yeah. And I'm also looking forward to trying to get Layman and Athena for interviews, as well as Alpha Tyler.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe
Well,
even one day
I
I'll get
think,
Steam,
hey, now that's something I want to see.
or even
You
Mises.
gotta ask.
You gotta ask him what?
You gotta ask him to see if he can do the interview.
I will.
Yeah,
Who are a
buddy.
few artists that you would like to see me interview besides who I've mentioned? Knowing
Maybe
that I've already
Smokey.
interviewed Jason, JV, and Namson.
Maybe Smokey. I mean, I've already interviewed. No, I'll change my answer because I've already interviewed Smokey. I mean,
No,
maybe
if
it
you
would
want
be
to
cool
see
to
me
see you
interview him,
and
that's
Smokey.
fine. And
That
you and
that would
Alpha
be hilarious.
interviewed him at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know, Smokey or maybe We Scheme. We Scheme is the one that I would like you to interview.
That's going to be a very interesting interview.
100%.
I also wouldn't be opposed
Hey,
to interviewing after the tone either.
yeah. I think We Scheme should do an interview with Wixter and see how far they get before they start arguing.
There you go with your troll.
That'd be awesome.
Although that would be slightly entertaining.
Yeah.
And And for anybody else, if you want to post, artists that you'd like to see me interview in the comments, that'd be nice too.
Heck yeah.
I have a feeling, though, if I interviewed Scheme, he would purposely be one of the hardest interviews I've ever had, just because of how Scheme is.
Right.
Giving
Yeah.
a lot of yes or no answers.
That'd be an interesting interview, and not in the bad way.
I know. I'm up for the challenge, if he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, for people interested on my channel, I have a playlist of the interviews. Jiminater will be going into that one. And just look out for any other artists and or interviews.
Yeah. Let's do it. I can't wait for your next one. It's been a
I
real
appreciate it.
pleasure. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure too, Jim. Like I said, I always enjoy putting on independent artists, and I always felt that you're somebody that the community in general has one idea about, but they don't know the full story of you, and I wanted to get that out.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate you.
Not a
Just rolled
problem.
up the fattest bleezy. Hey, I'll take. I'm there in spirit with you. I'm sitting right beside you on the couch, like sunk into the corner, bro. I'm there in spirit, my guy.
You're going down, falling down, falling down. Anyway.
You should
Not yet,
interview
Roxy.
Larry. Larry would be an awesome interview too.
Probably.
I feel like that man has a lot of wisdom to share.
It would be an interesting interview nonetheless. I'm not opposed to it. Because no matter who people have issues with, I have issues with very few people, and I'm willing to interview almost anybody.
Yeah.
There's only I think a handful of people that I would not interview. And most of them probably know who they are.
I don't exactly know who you're talking about, but it's either here nor there.
Right? If you're interested when we end, you can ask me and I'll tell you.
Not particularly, but
It's
we'll see.
all good. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out. It's been 2 hours and 9 minutes, so I guess I'm going to shut it down since we had no more questions. Appreciate everybody coming out. This has been my independent spotlight of Jiminater J. And be on the lookout because I do want to get him and the rest of his band of Beyond the Veil.
Maybe one day I'll talk to the guys.
Interesting concept, Jason. I'm not opposed to it. We may be doing something like that in the future. So I'll keep that in mind. I like the idea of, having artists with their albums and breaking them down. But again, I'm very limited on what I can do since I do this all from my phone.
Yeah.
So everybody make sure to go sub up to Jiminator J, help blow up his channel. I feel you, Jason. Like I said, we'll talk. And I appreciate everybody for coming out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave comments in the comment section. It helps with the algorithm. And I'll see y'all later.
Hey, you know what you should do?